Now, once you are there, then you can continue. And then here you can see week by week curriculums. Most of you already completed the week one. If you go like let's begin, sometimes we update contents here also. As you can see here, you can get an complete overview of what really you are going to learn, right? If you don't remember, you don't have to store anywhere. This is what we put together here for week one till week 8. So let's review what you are supposed to do in week 2, so that if you have any questions or confusions, you can clarify that. Also, lot more details. It is all structured like activity by activity. So we are going through two multiple types of details. One is kind of the basics or foundations. Then how can we use U2X AI tools, and then the assignment at the end. So the goal of this assignment is that to make sure that you are going through the curriculum, because as you know, there is no easier or shortcut way to get a secure a better job unless you know what you are doing. Like there are thousands of jobs, but 99% of the students, they don't understand what really the employers are expecting. And that's why we are going to take you through this program. So by end of 8 week, you will be so confident that either you can start a full-time job, or even if you are a student in your second year or third year, you can do part-time jobs also, applying for those where you can use your skills. And and I'm confident you don't have any problem finding those type of jobs as well. So let's go and so review the week 2 curriculum, or what are you supposed to learn here. So week 2 curriculum is primarily introduction to data analysis. And here we are also introducing you to few different type of tools. Now, how this week 2 curriculum is going to be helpful for your career, right? So like why I am learning this, what I'm going to get. Number one, you are going to get hands-on experience with the industry tools, and you are going to use Google Sheets, Google Colab, U2X AI Code Crafter, which can help you building any code. I will say most of the codes using AI engine, and also Looker Studio. Looker Studio is a pure free data analysis tool what students can use for their learning. Because any company where you are going to apply for a job, at least in the areas of data analysis, why we are focusing on AI and data analysis, because that is going to be the future where everyone is going to get more and more insights from the data what they don't have today, so that is going to help them for better decision making. And if they can identify the problems before or earlier, then definitely they can perform better the companies, and then in that case they can increase their revenue, because every company's got one goal, right? So how am I going to increase my revenue? And if they understand the problem, then they can work with them. And just like as compared to a student's life, I want to increase my scores, like I want A plus in every class. And how am I going to do that? If someone can break down your activity subject by subject, chapter by chapter, and then they can suggest that, hey, you are weak in little weaker in geography, but however inside the geography you are very weak about world geography, but you are very good about Asian geography. So now till you pinpoint that where you are lacking, that is what is your major fear factor. And if someone can put it in kind of a graphical vision, it is even easier to understand. And that is where the data visualization tool comes into picture, where you can process through thousands and thousands of records, and only you can show them something which is more meaningful. Someone can understand that, and then they can take decision on based on that one. That's why we are going to use Looker Studio for. And also the Gen AI productivity boost, when you go through the curriculum, you can see that what your idea was, that it is definitely much easier to learn and to act. Because before you will go through many books which is going to start with a very complex way of explaining the things. But if you start using the tools, I'm going to give you demo in next few minutes, then you can see that how easy this one just to go and learn these activities. Then data cleaning and preparation, it's a must have job skill. And in fact we are going to do more AI based tools next week. This week is just an introduction, because just to summarize, 80% of a data analyst job is cleaning and structuring data. So if you are going for any interview, there is be ready to face any type of, like most of these questions is coming up, it will come in or around the data cleaning, the challenges you are going to face for data cleaning, why you took that decision, and what did you do to clean up the data. That's all, like most of those companies are going to know, ask you. Now also you are going to do dashboard creation and business insight. You spoke about that. And of course, once you learn these skills, it is going to be give you your strong interview performance, because you know what they are looking for. Now you have hands-on experience, because every employer is looking for hands-on experience. And when you can showcase them that yes, you did Google Colab, you used you also know spreadsheet, and you also know some advanced AI tools like OpenRefine, what we are going to do next week, then there is absolutely no doubt for the employers that yes, this is the person I'm looking to hire. Now let's go to the what activity we are going to do. We are going to understand the introduction to data analysis, what data analysis is really about, and then what type of data files I can analyze. Like pretty much data files mean the type of data. So data file is not the actual word. What we call is the type of data that we call the structured versus unstructured data. And you can see the actual data files with those details. Then you are going to do some hands-on exercise with Google Sheets. And then also you are going to use Google Colab. Then you are going to use Gen AI for data analysis, because pretty much here in this case, we used a tool from UTX AI, and it provided you the different type of prompt, but I encourage you to go and change those prompts and try to see how different answer you are getting. And also you are going to learn basic data visualization using Google Looker Studio. That's what is kind of the high level activities for week 2. So how long it is going to take you? If someone is going to dedicate time, maybe like 20 to 30 hours would be more than enough, just to understand. Because if someone has for example, someone from this group, they said I was reviewing that one, that they already completed that one and submitted the assignment. So that means that person already is way ahead of the game and exactly understand what's going on, right? So then that's not going to be a problem. But our goal is not to like only appreciate the people who are doing it. We are here to help you if you face any challenge, because talented students, everyone like them. The people who are kind of there is actually everyone got talent. Let me explain it in this way. Everyone got talent. How they are using it, that's a question. Some of them are motivated, some of them are not motivated, some of them can prioritize things better, some of them are not. But what we want to introduce you to a type of thing, that if you have any questions or if you are struggling somewhere, we are here to help. You need a job, we are here. That's why we are having like regular meeting hours. I'm going to announce open office hours for this week. We are going to have tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so that when you are going through this exercise, if you have any questions or any problem, you can get help. So you can join to that call on demand. You can ask them the question, say, I don't know what to upload the data file. I'm facing a challenge here. Can you help me in this type of situation? And whatever help our team can do, they can do, because everyone's concerns are different. So it's not that we can solve everything on the spot, but definitely we can guide you through the right direction so that you can continue working. Now let's go to our week 3 curriculum in detail. So here what we are going to start with, the foundation of data analysis using U2X AI. So pretty much what I want you to do, like I want you to like get an absolute understanding of really what this thing is about. That means how we are going to use many different type of tools. And before even we do, what are the 10 most basic questions to learn about data analysis? This is for the students who doesn't have any background, any understanding about data analysis. We know we all have understanding, but that's a challenge. We think that we understand data analysis, but that may not be true all the times. And what tool you are going to use? This is the tool what you are going to use. Let me go, and because I have the login saved in another place.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
So I have to stop sharing for a second and then I'll put it back again. Okay, so what happens when I'm sharing? I got a hard time browsing, going through another browser. That's why I need to mm, disconnect this one. Stop sharing. Okay, I think now we are good. So what this is telling you, like I want to understand about the data analysis. Right? So imagine this thing. What normally you do, you will go and attend some classes, and someone is going to teach you how to do this thing. However, sometimes the teacher or professor that in Ross, they don't have time. Then you go to internet, then you go to Google search. But like what we did, we are kind of using AI, the absolute most basic way of using it as per your own intellectual level. Someone wants to study at PhD level, they can get the answers like that. And someone wants to just understand at a very basic level like a 6 standard, and they can also get the help. So now let's see that understanding the data basics. What I did, I created this question or a prompt, explain the difference between structured and unstructured data with examples. How does AI help analyzing both? Because what we want to do, like by doing this, you are building a strong foundation, going through learning one thing at a time, and it is kind of not that boring that it should be very quick. Just you need to understand where are you going to use this context. Now let me take you here. All right, so everything else is optional here. What you can do, subject, topic, question. The tool we are using is with AI Concept Clarity, and you would have the link on the top of this topic. Oops, sorry. What I'm saying here is the tool access link, Concept Clarity. This is the question, and I'm going to type the question here. Explain the difference between structured and unstructured data with examples. How does AI help analyzing both? Now, this is the question. Let's say someone absolutely want very most basic examples. Let me show you first how it structured the answer, and then I'm going to show you how can you modify this prompt so that you can get even better answer. Now it is going to start with a very basic example. Everything is structured like the same way. Just going through this example, you will kind of frame some type of response in your, I mean, some type of the answer framework so that you are not going to forget this. Because it is not about what you study or what you remember. It's about how, do you understand that one and can you explain this one to your friend? Because if you understand something clearly, you should be in a situation to explain it to anyone. And if you can explain it to anyone, then you can explain it to during the interview or to your employer also. So here it is going to starting with an example. Then the next thing it is doing, it is breaking down the concept. What are the different type of things you need to learn? That's also explaining it here. And then finally, it's kind of summary and reinforce what type of things you need to do to practice this one. So now this is good. Like you can go ahead, spend some time reading through this one and you can understand. You can now let me show you something you didn't understand here. I said, hey, I need a better example. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do start over. That's fine. Now when I'm going to do start over, I'm going to ask the same question here with a different modification. I should be very careful here. Here, explain the difference between structured and unstructured data with examples. How does help AI analyzing both? Right? Then I'm going to say explain it to a sixth grader with example of a, let's say each of you going to Reliance Fresh, right, to buy your things, because you should get some example which exactly going to connect it to the real life what you can understand easily. I'm just typing the same thing. Now you see the difference what it is going to do. Now as you can see, imagine that you are at Reliance Fresh, a grocery store. It is kind of going understood that you are looking for more. So now it is going to explain you in terms of fruits and vegetables from the Reliance Fresh. And then when you go to like for the concepts, you can see that it's also giving you better examples because now you said that explain it to a sixth grader. Believe it or not, you can use your sixth grader, fifth grader, third grader, because the more simple the answer is, the easier for you to understand, because everyone is going to get a fair playground during interview if you can understand the things in your own way. Maybe to do the same thing, you can go to the Google search, you can browse through like hundreds of different pages, but can you explain it with examples to your friend? Just ask that question to yourself. If you can explain that thing to your friend, then definitely you understood this one. If you not, then you need to more work to do. So this is what is about warm up or accessing the 10 most important questions. And today I figure out that I need to add some more questions. So instead of 10, maybe it is going to be 15, but I'm going to add that one. And that is what is kind of also building the foundations. So you can see that here is the heading: performing basic data analysis, generating insights that data. And why real? Pretty much the question should use by the end of this exercise, you should be able to answer the question what really data analysis is, right? So if someone is asking you the questions about this one, that's where all the people or the company starts during interviews. Okay, you are saying that you want to make a career in data analysis. Explain me what is data analysis. And if you can somehow frame that answer, what of course we are going to train you really well for interview preparation. But if you can just do that one, then we're really good to go. Then the next one, what we are doing that this next section here is that we have the data set, what data you are going to work with. So most of the section, they have that data, but if you don't have the data in that particular page, then this is what is your reference you should use for. Not only we have the data set, also the description is here. There is two data files here, one the retail supply chain data and one is the structured data, and another one is the unstructured data, where kind of the we have the customers feedback they shared in an Excel file. So both of them are in Excel file. Now, what really is this the data file contains? That is what you can find it from here. All those things, the format, the example, what is really it is doing, you can get that one. So the first one is about retail supply chain data. And then the second one is that the unstructured customer reviews data. So now, once you go through this, it is going to give you an understanding what data file you are using, and so that you will be ready for the next action. Now here we are using step-by-step instructions for data cleaning using Google Colab and U2X AI. Someone is talking. Okay. So now what we are going to do, this one is very important, like how to perform data cleaning using Google Colab. The two things you need to do. One, you need to access Google Colab, and also you need to access U2X AI Code Crafter. What the Code Crafter is going to do, the Code Crafter is going to give you all the codes you are looking for. And this is what you go to the step one, and here is what you are going to do. You're going to generate the code. Let me show you how to do that one. This is what is the demo for U2X AI Code Crafter. Just like the other tools, this Code Crafter tool is also going to help you generate codes based on whatever you are looking for. Now, in this case, I want to use Google Colab. And in Google Colab, let me first sign into Google Colab so that you can also see what type of things I can do there. It's technically ground just to use your Python code here. And then if I want to use Python to go and start working with my data files, this is what this is how it looks. And all you have to do is step by step, you can start adding code components here. And then this is what is going to give you some output. And in this case, what I'm going to do, the first thing I will do is, let me first get the question, what I'm going to do. So step number one, uploading and accessing the data, and we are going to use the retail supply chain data file. So it's saying that we have given instructions to two different types. Either you can directly use the Google Drive or you can use it from a local storage also. Now what I'm going to do, I need Python code to load a CSV file from either it can be Google Drive or it can be my local drive. So how am I going to write the code? You can write the code by yourself, or you can go to the Code Crafter tool and ask the question here. Now, if you want to load CSV from local file, this is what you are going to do. I have to upload the file path. And if the file path I'm going to do, so then this is what is the file what I'm going to do. And I will see what it is doing. It's working. And you can see that there is some error in the code, but you can just keep on working that and till you find a solution here. And then if you see like fix error, you can go to the Google Colab, and it is kind of going to help you to do that. And you say continue, and you can see it here. What's the problem? Maybe it's double. Let me try it one more time. No, this is not doing it. Maybe I can go and do it again one more time. And what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to do start over. And I'm going to say ask to this one. I'll do it in this way. Generate Python code to upload a file from local drive in Google Colab. Now this is another type of code. It's going to work. And you can just keep trying like what tool is going to work here, because there is kind of all of them are different type of interfaces. Like some of them might be giving you some error here. I'm going to control V. Let me see, because all I'm looking for. Yeah, now as you can see that this is asking you to upload a file. And here you can go. In the previous one, we need to give the file code. But in this case, this is going to ask you to upload the file from your local drive. And you can go and you can upload the file, right? So once you upload the file, as you can see that you are going to see a green sign here, which is going to tell you that your work is done. Now you can see that the retail supply chain data file is uploaded successfully. And now you can just keep on continuing and follow the next instruction, step 2, handling missing values. If you want to instruction this one, like generate Python code to check for missing values in Panda data frame, this is what you are going to do it here. Then let me type the code here. And then you are going to get all the details. And not only that, also you are going to get the explanation how to do that one, right? So now in this case, what I'm going to do, show it for Google Colab. And then you can go and try this option. Just understand what it is doing, and then this is what you are going to it. And then this definitely you don't have to worry about the code. So most of this code base is already there. Maybe you need to modify something here and there, but you can work with the tool till you get the answer. So that in this case, you can just try to see what is your data file, what are the type of fields are there, and then how are you going to work with that data file so that you can use Google Colab for cleaning the data. That is all you are going to do it here. So that is what is, and then you can go to step 3 for fixing the data types. And all you have to do is like try to get the code from here. And then on this code, try to go and see what type of instructions you need to generate the code for Google Colab, and then start working with that. Now the third one is in this here is that also we are going to do similar exercise using Google Sheets. Now, when I'm going to do Google Sheets, you may be thinking about that. If I'm going to use for Google Colab, why am I going to do it using Google Sheets? Because most of the employers, they want to see that you have skill set in all the areas, not only that you are only expert in programming, you can also do it quickly using spreadsheets, because spreadsheets are a must, and that's why the data file is here. And then this is what you are going to do, Google Sheets. And also you are going to get access to another one called U2X GPT. The U2X GPT is another tool just like ChatGPT, but much better trained, so that it can give you better examples and answers. And then you can similarly go open the U2X GPT and keep on asking the questions till you are done with your task. Like we have how many steps here? We have step 5, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 steps, and all those 9 steps you can just open the interface. The chatbot is going to open, and you can ask questions, and you can follow the instructions, and you can straight go and do it. Now, in fact, let me show you just one example here. This is for Google Sheets. I'm trying to open this link. That's where I can go U2X GPT. This is and in U2X GPT, I'm going to ask the questions. My first step in here is that how do I import the CSV file into Google Sheets and ensure that all data is correctly formatted? Just take it from here. Ask the question here, and then you can get detailed step-by-step instructions, and all you have to do is follow the instructions, go to your Google spreadsheet and start working on that right away. As you can see, it just provided you as much details as you want. How we are going to import the CSV file, how we are going to configure the import settings, how we are going to adjust the date formatting and the data formatting, all those things. The second one, if you want to see now, next, handling missing values. Here I can go and ask the same question again, and you are going to get all step-by-step instructions. Everything, if you know like what exactly is required to do it, it is going to take you up to the cell level, and all the instructions what you need, it will be there. Still, if you don't understand, you can just reiterate it again. Say, hey, I need more help here. Can you please help? For example, you say, I need more help just see what it's going to do. Now you can see that what if you see before, the conditional formatting is just this much, and now with the new prompt, you can see that now it is in much more details. Right, so then you can keep on interrogating this thing till you find your solution. Now it is might be it is going to take you a couple of hours, but probably those 2 hours is probably the time extremely well spent, because not only you are going to learn the foundations, you can feel that there is someone right next to you which is guiding you on every step, and then without having any time constraint, like as long as you are interested to learn, there is something that you can follow the steps easily with as much examples as possible. The next one on this list, on our task list, is that now we understood Google Colab, now we understood Google Sheets, and the next one is that how am I going to do no, how am I going to understand about the business metrics? So business metrics is the one what every business is interested about, and probably the students who pretty much clear the basic rounds of the interviews, and when they go to the advanced level, or the next round, that is where when the business leaders talk to you, that's all they are going to talk about, business metrics. That is what is kind of in the term of the students, who is the topper for this batch, who is doing best in computer science, who is the really good student in related to database rdbms, right? So if you can see that those are some of those things, what is the highest score, how many people got placed, if you can think about that, putting everything together in one kind of a measurable thing, that is what they call it as business metrics. Also here you are going to use U2X AI tools, and this is what you are going to do. We're going to help you answer these questions. Here you are using the U2X concept clarity, and then ask the questions. This is what we are going to answer, like explain the business metrics and why they are important in decision making. Provide simple examples from e-commerce or retail. You can use any example you want, and this is what is going to help you to understand that concept. And that is, I mean, it is an absolute necessary, not an optional one. Before you go for any interviews or before you even plan for your next internship, that is what be ready, because almost everyone gets this type of questions. Now, the next one is really interesting. Here you are going to use the step-by-step guide, creating dashboards in Google Looker Studio using retail supply chain data. Now, what we did, I got my data file. I clean those data file using Google Sheets and using Google Colab. When I'm using Google Colab, I'm using Python. So what type of skills I'm here, I'm demonstrating to my employers that I know Python or I know coding, I have coding background. And also I can do these things in quick and easy way using spreadsheets. Those are the things you are explaining them. The number three, you understood about business metrics. Now you are talking about, okay, I know I'm not just someone who can clean the data. I also know why you are cleaning the data. I understand the business context out of that one. That is what you are learning there. And then right now, as you know everything, now let me put together in kind of a visual format so that everyone can see it and understand it easily. That is where if the principal of your or dean of your institute, he is not going to check every student's report line by line. All he's going to say ask for that, show me a list where I want to see the picture or the name of the student from every batch who is topper of his or her class. If you can imagine that type of thing, this is what this the visualization is going to do for you. And in fact, there is a, I mean, we are kind of using visualizations everywhere, right? You talk about your phone, your activity tracker. We are tracking how many steps I walked, and this is what is comparing today's steps versus yesterday's steps versus weekly versus monthly goals. So anything you can think about how those data visualizations are made, that is what you are going to do using Google Looker Studio. And why we are using this tool? Because this tool is free, so that anyone can use that. Like, as you know, one of our promise was that we are never going to recommend you for any type of paid tools, and you don't have to pay anything throughout this program. That's why we have kind of spent a lot of time researching which tools are best for the students. A lot of tools we can, like, as long as they are from U2X AI, they are free. We are going to open the link for you, not a problem. But for third-party tools, maybe that is what we are doing, focusing on the tools which are actually more student friendly, and Google Looker is one of that. So once you do that one, then it comes your assignments. What you are going to do in first assignment, from the Google Colab, when you complete the assignment, you are at the end, you are going to get the file. So download that file and upload it in here. You can click on the start, then you can upload the file and you can click on submit. Then this is some of those. The next quiz is about some basics foundations, what you understood, what you are not. And then the third one is that once you go through the Google Looker Studio, I want just screenshots, not exactly how you did, because if you can share the screenshots, we'll understand. That's what we are going to do. So this is what is about the week 3 curriculum. And now even we are going to have more workshops where someone will take you from beginning to end to all these activities. So tomorrow we are going to start with data cleaning, and then day after tomorrow we are going to start with Google Looker Studio, and I'm going to announce the times pretty soon. We are going to do exactly same way. Whoever can attend, they're going to attend this as the classes or attend the workshop. Whoever cannot, then we are going to upload the video. But the goal is that after watching the video, you should be in a situation to execute these things from beginning to end. So this is where I'm going to stop my presentation, because I hope you all have clarity what you have to do for week 2. If you have any questions, you can speak about that right now. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that we can go for the question answer session. No questions? Who tried going to week 2 activities so far? I know Akhil did that one. Other than Akhil, who else did?
I did went through it, sir, and I still have a bit of doubt with Google Lookup Studio. Like, what
Mhm.
exactly do we need to upload? Like screenshots of data visualization that we have performed?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, sir.
So uh, once you do upload the data file and do that one, because definitely we are going to do when in the next no, within the next few weeks, we are going to have many sessions related to your actual project work. So this is where you are setting up the foundation. The actual project work is the area where you can like do really detailed level work, and we are going to guide you step by step. But right now it is kind of just quick and easy. Just show me something. That is where like you are going to find building the foundation. Like it is not need not be kind of a very complex one. It is kind of that, do you know how to write ABCD? Like, because before we write words and sentences, we need to know ABCD, and this is this is for that activity.
Sir, uh, sir,
Yeah,
hello.
Akhil. Yeah, Akhil, go ahead.
Sir, I have a doubt regarding this Logger Studio.
Looker Studio.
Yes, sir. That means do we need to create visualizations for both the data files, sir? That means for
That's
both
correct.
the CSV files.
Yes, yes, that will be used for both the CS files. In fact,
So, so
okay, go ahead.
uh, one file is unstructured, no, sir. I mean,
Yes,
one file is structured and other file is unstructured. So, do we
correct.
need to change the unstructured file to structure, or should we directly do visualization with unstructured file?
We can directly do the visualization on the unstructured file as well, because pretty much if you really see, let's say so many people are buying TV,
Okay.
right? So now some feedback they're getting as good and some feedback they're getting as bad, that the taste is not good. So how can you connect that thing, those two things? One is coming in kind of an RDBMS and the other one is kind of in a data file. I mean, when you go to the actual project, that is where you are going to like use like Google Spreads, like some of those notepad or some other areas where you are actually going to connect. But for this exercise, we can just use the CSV file and we can do the visualization. Because because the difference between structured and unstructured data is that structured data is stored in tabular
Okay.
format, whereas unstructured data can be in a notepad, in a text file, or it can be in any format, right? So that's what we are going to do during your actual project phase. But for this one, we can use both the CSV files. And Deepak is asking about like Looker Studio. So Looker Studio, it is a visualization tool where you can build dashboards and kind of reports and the data visualizations. Let me give you a good example, like what is really mean by data visualization. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to find some pictures for that. Okay, let me share my screen again. Whenever you see this type of data visualization, this is a good topic, probably about 9 types of data visualization and why they're important. If you go there, you can see that the data is data, but how can I present it in a format so that everyone can understand this one? So this is a good example. As you can see, there is certain feedback or there is certain event. And then out of that one, you can say that how many people strongly agree, disagree, or don't agree at all. Right, so from the different categories, by looking into this one, you can see that in the last one, 42% people strongly agree, and then about 41% disagree, right? So then that is what is type of data visualizations we are looking for. And in this case, as you see, it's kind of a line, the bar chart, right? So who is doing best and who is doing next? And you can see that it's kind of moving because the data is being kept on updated regularly. And you can see that like the prices are keep on changing, and which is kind of, that is what the role for that one. And another one is kind of mm, the geo map, right? So show me which state in India has something, and then you can click on that, and then you can just go to state by state, and then you can get more details about that particular area. Like pretty much like you don't have to go and read the data files, kind of you can just get the output from some visuals, right? So this is what is about data visualization. So when you go through these exercises, or when you start building these tools, this is what like every interview are going to get these questions, and they want to know more how you did that. And from you just need very basic things. Do you understand what is data visualization? Do you understand what is business metrics? And do you know how to do that? Again, as I say, the things what we are going to teach you, 99% of the students don't know that, because you are just focusing a lot of time doing on your academic work. And when you are going to the interview, the students who get the job, there is only difference that they just think 2 steps ahead. And that's what we are going to help you with that one. And then when you introduce AI with that, that is just going to be just awesome, because by end of this project, you are going to not only going to do the things by manual way, you are also going to see what is the best way of doing the things. And let me show you an example for that. Like all those things, you can go to the Google Looker Studio. But if I just go to ChatGPT, it's kind of the professional version of the ChatGPT, of course, that is, you can see that how easy, like what is the next generation of business leaders they're looking for. What I will do here, I will upload the file from my computer. That's not a good data set. This is my data set, and I'm going to see prepare line charts. Sometimes it doesn't work, it throws some error, because AI are always still evolving. So sometimes they understand, sometimes they don't. But what it is going to do, let's see how easily it is going to create a line chart if it can. So the next generation of leaders, when you are going to do, let's say someone is asking you what is the best way to do a chart, then your answer should be depending on who is using it. If a business leader is trying to get insights, quick insights from data, because data keeps on changing, they can use some AI tools and they can upload the data file, and you can see that they have all the data plotted immediately. And I don't do anything, right? I didn't go to Looker Studio. I didn't go to another tool. I did not upload the data file. All I did is that I found the mechanism to download the data, and I uploaded it in the spreads, uploaded to the ChatGPT professional version in this case, and ChatGPT is about to do this one. Now, as you can see, make a pie chart for product sales. Now you can see that in next few seconds, it is going to create a pie chart for that. Now you might be thinking that if ChatGPT or other AI tools can do this thing, then what is going to be my use for understanding, or why even I'm going to learn Looker Studio or anything else? The thing is that these are used for ad hoc analysis, but if you need something long term so that everyone in your company can access that and everyone has the same source of truth, same format based on the data, then you are going to use tools like Google Looker Studio. But then again, those tools are also started using AI, so that you don't have to worry about building the formats or cleaning the file. A lot of those things is happening automatically. Right. So this is what is about data visualization, and this is what the next generation is happening. Like in 5 years before, there are every company got like 10 or 15 employees who are just going to build this type of reports or dashboards. That's why many of those companies still have something like data visualization analyst, but all those positions are kind of obsolete now. No one is looking to recruit them because things are kind of that easy. But for you, you can still stay top of the game if you have the ability to learn anything super fast, and you can go and present yourself that I am someone who is not something specific, like restricted to. Like for example, in this case, there is an eye doctor, like there is a medicine doctor, and there is a heart doctor. How about one doctor can do everything? In this case, you can imagine like now we don't have any kind of dependency on the doctors skill set or specialization. That is what make them rare and very difficult to find and make things complex. Now with AI, one doctor can perform everything, and that is what this next level of employers are looking for. That is where about we are going to learn. Like pretty well like you started asking the question about what is the Looker Studio, and like I was trying to give you an idea that what data visualization really means, how we are working with this one today, and what is the future for that. Any other question? Deepak is asking Power BI is also good. Yes, Power BI is also good. But Power BI got like probably I think we have to pay some money for that one on a license basis. That's why we are not using it right away. But if anyone wants to use that one, feel free to do that. Any other questions? And again, any time you have any questions, you need help, just drop a note on the WhatsApp, and definitely someone is going to reach out to you. Because what we are going to do, we are going to have workshops. Then tomorrow onwards, we are going to have regular office hours. And then also we are going to have like introductory classes. So there is no shortage of classes for you to attend this, to like gain knowledge. But still, if you struggle and you need some additional help also, that is what we are going to do that. And another thing is that for everyone who is in final year and getting ready for the job interview, I will encourage them to attend this type of classes more frequently, more often, because if you can prepare yourself with an understanding of what the employers are looking for, you definitely it's going to have a much better chance of getting hired, right? And there is absolutely no reason why you are not going to use this benefit or this facility when we are here, because right now our enrollment is kind of we kind of kept it low for a reason, but now we are getting a lot of interest, and also like our primary source as Internsala, now there are another 300 some 70 students applied there, but kind of right now we are trying to get someone from like references. So if you know someone who is in hardworking and interested to do that type of thing, and then you know that those type of people are actually hardworking students who are ready to get something out of the program, you can refer them to us. And so what I'm saying that the students who are in the final year, just start getting engaged with us more. Let me know, I mean, me means to our team, the whole team, what exactly you are facing, the type of struggle you are going through. If you have an interview coming up, just give us a call, right? I mean, just send a note, and we are going to make sure that you have everything to be prepared for that particular interview. And it's not that we are going to teach you everything. We are going to show you how can you use the tool to get the answers, and something that actually going to help you during the interviews. And also if you need a couple of mock interview sessions, definitely we can help you with that as well, right? So just let us know that you have an interview coming up, and then we will be working with you. Okay, so if there is no other questions, I'm going to stop it right now. And if there is anything else, if you just, I am going to send the same thing. We are going to, like, as we are using the WhatsApp for all type of communications, but like all like the tools and other things we are going to use from U2X AI, if it's something like AI tools. And then also if there is any third-party tools we are using from the third-party side, right? So there is a chance that sometimes something might change, and if anything changes, I'm going to update you in WhatsApp immediately. All right, thanks everyone for attending. Subham has a question. Okay, not a question. Thanks everyone. Bye for now.